one there.
No, Michael will be one. You're going to be two.
And now, let's meet the starters. First, Christian PU. Number 4, Avery Sweeney. Number 6, Reese Johannes. Number 7, Peyton Weigel. Number 8, Sydney McCormick. Number 9, Grace Eskling. Number 11, Josie Platt. Number 13, Emily Bowe. Number 14, Lily Miller. Number 16, Denny Catcher. Number 20, Adeline Jones.
145 and 237.
And the goalie, number 99, Tabitha Letts. Head coach for the Storm Pointers, Kevin Schmidt. Now let's get the starters.
Yep.
Bishop Heelan.
Yep. If you have to, guys, camera's back. The wind's changing. So if you have to, move back.
Dana Santos. Number 6, Maddie LaFleur.
5-2 over here.
Number 7, Jade Leone. Number 9, Traylon White. Number 10, Kylie Bingler. Number 11, Claudia Lavariega. Number 12, Reese Bleeker. Number 14, Emily Vargas.
There, I'm almost
Number
done.
17, Emma Caro. And number 23, Jada Hooch.
I'll try and pull up your road to stay while they're, just so you have something to talk about.
Ladies and gentlemen, our officials for today's game. Your referee, Daniel O'Bear.
Okay, you ready?
Your AR1, Julie Archer. Your AR2, Kevin Boone. And your fourth official, Ben Lloyd. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to
Well, welcome back to the lead soccer fields here in Ames at Iowa State University. Daniel Versteg with you on the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Another Class 1A state quarterfinal comes your way. Number 2 seed Bishop Heelan against the number 7 seed Center Point-Urbana. Taking a look at the road to state as we get things going a little bit quicker due to the weather that we're currently experiencing, trying to get these games going. See that the Crusaders have had an outstanding year, led by one of the better goal scorers that Sioux City's ever seen, Traylon White, 43 goals. She's averaging over 2 goals per game. Meanwhile, Center Point-Urbana just 1 match loss all year, 2 draws and 15 wins. They defeated Applington Parkersburg 2-0 at home to get to the state tournament. Behind the likes of Emily Bowe and Ella Voles, identical stat lines of 20 goals and 10 assists each. And they've got a freshman rock in net in Tabitha Letts. She is 4th in the state in goals against. Her opponent, Abby Lee, the senior for Bishop Heelan, 3rd in the state in goals against this season. So we've got 2 outstanding goalkeepers, 2 tremendous offenses. We'll see which one's going to give here, as the winner will advance to face off with either Davenport, Assumption, or Nevada. That's the 3-6 matchup. You can tell that it is a gross, windy, and wet day. Taking a look at the hair, taking a look at the jerseys of Bishop Heelan there. But they're going to try and play through it. Coach Sean Mansfield has been doing this a long time, 18 years. He has taken them to the state tournament 16 times as its head coach. Bishop Heelan leads the state in state tournament appearances with 23 of them. There's the Center Point-Urbana Stormin' Pointers. They're in the white kits, black numbers trimmed in yellow. And again, Bishop Heelan, as you saw, they've got the navy blue kits with the gold numbers on their jerseys. So, again, this is our second state quarterfinal of the day on this field. Previous one saw the number 1 seed Denver. They were able to dispose of Underwood by the score of 5-3. And now, can Bishop Heelan or Center Point-Urbana advance to Thursday to take on either Davenport Assumption or Nevada? The opportunity presents itself. Center Point-Urbana and Heelan squared off in the state tournament in 2013, a semifinal matchup that the Crusaders won 2-1 on their way to a championship match appearance and a runner-up finish at the state tournament. We're just about ready to get this started. Bishop Heelan is going to kick this one off and be attacking from right to left as we view it, but there is a quick discussion being had, as you can see on the right side of your screen there, with the assistant referee and the alternate. But we will keep it going here as the wind and the rain continue to pour. And these players are probably saying, hey, let's start running. Let's try and build some body heat here. Traylon White standing all alone in the center circle, ready to get this one started. Our referee gives the thumbs up to his crew. And this wet and windy state quarterfinal is underway. Bishop Heelan, the perennial power, will try and advance once again further along into the state tournament. They were the state champs in 2023. Missed out on winning a match of the state tournament last year. Just a quarterfinal appearance here in the state soccer tournament. Center Point-Urbana has this one cleared out of play, and the Storm Pointers will play it back. Obviously, as you can tell, you're going to have to bear with us, folks. There is rain getting on our cameras, and we will do our best to keep them clean and dry as the match goes along. It's just going to kind of, unfortunately, be inevitable as this matchup rolls along. Traylon White, a run up the sideline, trying to turn the corner and send it in. This one's deflected out, and it will be a goal kick. Center Point-Urbana dodges the bullet early from Traylon White, who, as we mentioned, is the best goal scorer statistically that Sioux City has ever seen, the entire city. There are 6 high schools, I guess, if you will, in the metro area. 5 of them offer soccer, and nobody at either high school, in any high school in Sioux City, has scored more career goals than Traylon White has. 131 of them coming into her 4th and final state tournament as a Crusader. She'll be playing here in Central Iowa at Drake University coming up next year. She's got the ball, sends a left footer under the crossbar and in. And right away, Traylon White gets Bishop Heelan on the board. It's 1-0 Crusaders. Just a minute and a half into the match, and it is Traylon White adding to her outstanding career in a Crusader uniform with a quick step to her left and a rifle under the crossbar. This Bishop Heelan team has been so dominant all year, and it's because of Traylon White. The Crusaders take the 1-0 advantage early, and it's Center Point-Urbana on the counter. The Storm Pointers have been led, as we showed you in the kind of brief pregame we had, by Emily Bowe, the senior, and Ella Voles, the freshman. That 1-2 punch, midfield and freshman, have created 40 of their 83 goals this year. And they're going to need those two to have great matches once again. Bishop Heelan's on the attack first. It's kept alive. That's Daniela De Los Santos playing it out wide for Jada Duch. It's sent back and now played up by the Storm Pointers. Touch toward the sideline, and it is kept alive and played back to Denny Ketcher. Here come the Storm Pointers. This is Emily Bowe, one of their top scorers on the year, is able to keep possession and play it out. She does find the foot of Grace Essling. Toward that sideline, this will go out off of Bishop Heelan.
Looking good, guys. Thank you.
And the Storm Pointers will get another opportunity here.
Great job.
This one gets deflected out. A nice touch by the Crusader D. Bishop Heelan has allowed a total of 8 goals all season. 6 of them came in one day when they hosted a top team in Class 3A, West Des Moines Valley, and a top team out of Nebraska, Lincoln Pius X. This one's played way down. Traylon White's going to go flag it down inside the box. Here she comes with some nifty moves, goes far post. Can't quite find that back corner. And it will be Center Point-Urbana on the goal kick. Their freshman keeper, Tabitha Letts, will play it out. And Center Point-Urbana goes down the sideline. That one touches the end line, and it stays in play. And good hustle to stick with it for Lily Miller. She chases it down the sideline, and it is tracked down defensively by Claudia Lavariega. Kept alive. Here come the Storm Pointers going back toward the box, and it's Abby Lee. That senior goalkeeper tracking it down. She's allowed a total of 3 goals all season. That is 3rd in Class 1A girls soccer this year. This is Jada Duch playing it over to the middle. That's flagged down by Vargas. Keeps it on her toes. And she's got it back once more. Crusaders try to shift sides of the field, but unable to keep control of it is Jaden De Leon. And center Point-Urbana will get the throw. It is a wet, windy day here at the state tournament as we get our first IMT insurance substitution of the match. Ella Voles checks in for Lily Miller. And this substitution is brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. Bishop Heelan plays it back deep, and Traylon White goes to track it down. Can't quite keep the possession, and Bishop Heelan will get the throw in. Throw goes to White. She's able to keep the possession, and look at her go. Well, that can do that to Traylon White so effortlessly like Emily Bowe just did. Center Point-Urbana on the counter. It's Adeline Jones up the sideline. Good track down there by Maddie LaFleur, the defender. Is able to keep the possession, and the Crusaders send it deep off the foot of Vargas. Vargas with the touch. Playing it out wide. This is LaFleur again, sending it deep to White. She tries to center. There's some traffic there, and Dooch couldn't quite get a foot on it. This one's sent back out. Here's Essling. Center Point-Urbana up the sideline, and a good step for De Los Santos to slow it down briefly. Center Point-Urbana comes back up the right sideline. This one turns out it is Crusader throw it. Jaden De Leon will send it in. And the Crusaders try to play to feed. That's something that we didn't see throughout the majority of the first half in our last match. You gotta keep possession well in conditions like this, which is a lot easier said than done, obviously, but you at least have to attempt to keep the possession in your favor. Center Point-Urbana sends this one over the top towards our way, and it'll be Heelan with the throw once again. Center Point-Urbana at the state tournament for the first time since 2022, when this senior class was a bunch of freshmen under head coach Kevin Schmidt. This is the second time he's taken the Storm and Pointers to the state tournament and trying to build a little bit of a strong power over there in a very good WAMAC conference. Center Point-Urbana finished second in that league, only to Independence, who is also here at the state tournament in Class 2A. Marion, an outstanding season as well in that league. And we got an illegal throw-in. Bishop Heelan, Center Point-Urbana will take possession once again. Bishop Heelan up the sideline, and they get possession back to Traylon White. She takes a rip toward the near post, and it took a funky hop that Letts turns away toward the corner, and it will be a corner kick coming for Bishop Heelan. There's Tabitha Letts making the save on that near post. This corner kick is brought to you by Channel Seeds. Learn more about the Channel Seeds brand at channel.com. Bishop Heelan sends the corner in. Jada Dooch, and now, Vargas sending it in, and now here comes Bishop Heelan. Vargas goes up that sideline into the corner, and Center Point-Urbana clears it out off of the Crusaders, and it'll be the Storm and Pointers to throw it in. Even if Center Point-Urbana does not win this matchup today, I think they have certainly had some winning as of late. They were recently voted the best high school mascot in the country. Storm and Pointer, Norman the Pointer, was able to win that honor for Center Point-Urbana, and certainly a well-deserved recognition at that. Traylon White with a good rip and missed it over the top of the frame. But you could tell Traylon White, with that first goal going in the manner in which it did, has built her confidence early, and now Bishop Heelan takes away the goal kick. It's Jada Dooch playing it toward the middle, sending it in and turned away. It'll be a corner kick coming for Center Point-Urbana, or for Bishop Heelan, I beg your pardon, off of the Storm and Pointer deflection. And again, this is brought to you by Channel Seeds. And again, it'll be Emily Vargas sending the corner in for the Crusaders. It's a lob kick toward the middle. LaFleur tried to get ahead on it. Couldn't control, and center Point-Urbana comes back with it. This is Voles, the freshman, trying to attack a good Crusader D. Oh, here comes Bowe. She's got the run the other way. 1-on-1 with the keeper, and Emily Bowe puts it right into Abby Lee. And a save made by the Crusader senior to keep the Stormin' Pointers off the board. A great save by Lee, and now Bishop Heelan a chance to turn it back in their favor. It's Traylon White once again, unable to keep possession. Stormin' Pointers get the takeaway, and White with a foul. It'll be center Point-Urbana with a free kick. First free kick we've had, and it's in the defending third of the field for center Point-Urbana. Bishop Heelan looking to counter things back as Jada Dooch gets the possession for the Crusaders and now loses it. It's Ella Voles. A step there from De Leon, couldn't take it away, and now here's Essling. Trying to chase it up the sideline, center Point-Urbana. Losing it out of bounds, it'll be Bishop Heelan setting up for the throw. Trying to play it up to Traylon White. It's headed back. Ping-pongs around in there, and it is played toward the Crusader defensive line. It's kept in play up that far sideline, and now it will go out of bounds. Or maybe it is still in play over there. That thing is hanging along the chalk line, and Bishop Heelan will send it back. Nice ball up the sideline. LaFleur couldn't quite track it down. And now Dooch tries to find White on the run. She's trying to win the foot race with the defensive back. Plays it on frame, and it is turned away by Letts once again. That ball is incredibly difficult to handle, and so those rebound opportunities are going to be plentiful for Bishop Heelan if they can crash the net. The biggest thing for Letts is keeping that deflection out of bounds or away from bodies. It'll be Reese Bleeker, two-time All-Conference, sending it in for Bishop Heelan. That one's cleared out by center Point-Urbana, but the Crusaders are back, ready to send it in. Played on frame and in! From the back line, Claudia Lavariega with her first goal of the year, and Bishop Heelan takes a 2-0 lead. Claudia Lavariega lobbed it back in toward the net and buries it to make it 2-0. Her first goal of the year could not have come at a better time. Huge goal for the Crusaders. They take a stranglehold 2-0 lead on this match early, and center Point-Urbana finds themselves on the back foot once again. Here comes center Point-Urbana on the attack. Sent in and played toward the end line, and Lavariega with some new swagger after that goal. Sends it up to White. She plays to the middle. It's Jada Dooch. She's the lead runner, trying to play it out to LaFleur, who does get to that ball just outside the box. He's able to keep the possession, and it's sent deep. Past Letts, but that is going to roll toward the end line and out. It'll be a corner that did touch a Stormin' Pointer. And there the ball lies. Bishop Heelan will get another corner kick. They've had, I believe, 4 of them already. And they'll send it in once again. This will be Bleeker once more, trying to turn it on frame. It comes out, and a good deflection by the Stormin' Pointer backline. Essling able to snuff out the Daniela de los Santos opportunity. There's Bowe playing it up to Voles, and Voles has a good touch. Can't quite win the foot race. Good hustle back from Kylie Gengler. And center Point-Urbana will reload. Stormin' Pointers do make a quick change. This substitution is brought to you all throughout the tournament by IMT Insurance. Lily Miller in, Ella Voles out for center Point-Urbana. And the Stormin' Pointers settle it back toward the middle. They've got a little something brewing, but nobody was on that outside for the pass. And Bishop Heelan counters. Traylon White almost represents 3 players on her own, so she's never really in an odd man rush. She's always even-handed. Here comes ball our way, kept in by Essling. She turns it up the sideline, trying to track down Lily Miller. And a nice job by Lavariega. Boxed her out, let the ball go out of bounds. Bishop Heelan will have the throw. As you can tell, obviously, our vantage point is being covered by a tent so that our equipment doesn't get wet. Hopefully by Thursday the weather will be nicer where we can get you some outstanding angles and have a great broadcast, even better than the one we're providing you this afternoon. The rain, good free kick opportunity for Leibold as she sends it to the box. Outward turning, nobody's on this. Outward turning, nobody's on that far post, and Abby Lee snuffs out the opportunity for Bishop Heelan. The Crusader netminder able to find that free kick. Here comes Bishop Heelan the other way. Crusaders play it up the sideline and can't connect with Traylon White. More substitutions made. These are brought to you by IMT Insurance. Bishop Heelan will throw at Jaden De Leon. And Dooch couldn't quite control it up that sideline. Here comes center Point-Urbana, sent toward the middle. And it is tracked down by Kylie Gengler. She plays it out to De Leon, mishandled, and center Point-Urbana will have it going the other way. This is played up the sideline by Essling and sent right back to the Stormin' Pointer D. Touch to Dooch, and now center Point-Urbana has to reset. Josie Klett able to keep it from turning into something. Bishop Heelan's going to reset for a throw here. Jaden De Leon set up in front of her own bench to throw in. This one's settled back to Ketcher and kept alive. Ketcher will get a good opportunity here. Plays it toward the middle. Nice job from Addie Tupa getting her first couple of touches of the match. Plays it right into the referee, and that will blow it dead. As center Point-Urbana had their advantage hindered a bit, so the Stormin' Pointers will keep it moving. Here they come. It's Bo. Trying to touch it back to the middle. Unable to keep control as Miller, and Heelan gets the clear. Dooch looking to send it in, and White trying to win the foot race deep. Letts stays in net. White, far post, turned away middle. Nobody's there for the Crusaders, and center Point-Urbana will clear it out of there. Excellent job by Tabitha Letts. Trying to shut down a really prolific goal scorer in Traylon White, and does just that. Bishop Heelan will get the throw over there. As you can see, the raincoats are out in full force. The ponchos trying to stay dry, however that happens today, which might be a bit of an exercise in futility. This is White. Getting the through ball deep to LaFleur. Sends it back to the middle. There's a lot of Crusaders down there, but nobody could get a touch on it. And now a little give and go for center Point-Urbana. The Stormin' Pointers play it back with Johannes. Lost on the last touch. It's LaFleur on the outside. Turning it back out for Bainbridge. Traylon White really back deep, comparatively speaking, to where she normally is. Good hustle there for Lily Miller, and she draws a foul in the process. That is really good hustle for Lily Miller, and center Point-Urbana will try and use that to build some momentum. We're midway through the first half. You can follow along with the score and time, top left of your screen. That'll help you kind of follow where we're at in this matchup. Center Point-Urbana is able to get a little bit more field position down into the attacking half. Storm Pointers will throw once again. That is Sydney McCormick, senior, who opened the regional tournament with a goal and assist against the defenders of Marquette Catholic of Bellevue. Here comes Bishop Heelan, coming back with Traylon White up the sideline, and it is White sending it toward the spectators area on a slide. Couldn't quite keep it in possession. Center Point-Urbana will have the ball. We gotta keep the kiddos away from that soccer ball. They're not ready for it yet. Protector mom will always shield the kid from the soccer ball over there. Here comes this ball up the sideline. LaFleur goes to chase it down. She does get the position, and it's center Point-Urbana for the throw. Now Bishop Heelan will throw it in. Couldn't quite get away from that sideline there. Crusaders will try and send one in deep. This is going to be Emma Caro. She finds White. Couldn't quite get the run up the sideline they were looking for. Traylon White with pressure for center Point-Urbana as the Storm and Pointers get a bit of a clear. It's sent right back in, though. And now Bishop Heelan plays it up in the air. Good step there by Klett, excuse me. Traylon White on the chase of Leibel. That's sent back to Denny Ketcher. Bleeker going toward the sideline. Can't quite get the position she wanted. Center Point-Urbana trying to counter here. It's up the sideline and turned away by Bishop Heelan. Here they come back. Good touch there by Bainbridge. Gets the takeaway and lobs it up. Traylon White on the run. She is onside. Slide tackle. Gets the possession. No, she is offside. Traylon White started her run offside. She tried to hold it up a few times, but once you're offside, you're offside. And so, center Point-Urbana will line it up from there. By the way, that commotion you heard not too long ago was Davenport Assumption taking a 1-0 lead in their matchup with Nevada. And again, the winners in this contest will play each other. And who would have expected a potential Bishop Heelan Davenport Assumption State Tournament matchup in girls soccer? We've never seen that before. Only about 10 times, but center Point-Urbana wants something to say about it. Reese Johannes on the run. And it's deflected wide, sent back deep, and over the crossbar. Out of bounds. Could not quite get that to turn back toward the middle. That one gets out of there, and Bishop Heelan will make a change. In a substitution, of course, brought to you by IMT Insurance. Emily Vargas back in for Reese Bleeker. And the Storm and Pointers don't quite get this substitution in time, so Bishop Heelan will play the goal kick. A little contact there, and center Point-Urbana gives Bishop Heelan a goal kick near midfield. Claudia Lavariega, fresh off her first goal of the year, sends this one deep. It's sent back by the Storm and Pointers. Good. Keep with it for Bainbridge. Sent toward the outside for LaFleur. Goes toward the corner, and that one is out for a CPU goal kick. Avery Sweeney, the senior, back into the match. She's in for Addie Tupa. Well, it may not be quite the downpouring rain we had to start this match, but it's certainly still misting a bit. And I wonder what's worse to play in. This one, oh, it's deflected out in front and scooped up by Tabitha Letts. Able to keep it in play and keep the Crusaders from adding to their lead. Bishop Heelan kind of keeping the pressure on still as Jada Dooch plays it back. Here comes center Point-Urbana. Emily Bowe trying to create something for the Stormin' Pointers, and she can't quite do it. Nice give and go, trying to get something set up. Nice hustle from Lily Miller as Kylie Gengler couldn't keep her footing. And that is incredibly understandable here today. The rain, the weather, it is all leading toward miscues and missed passes, missed touches, missed footing, if that one's even a word. Center Point-Urbana makes a substitution quickly. It is brought to you by IMT Insurance. And Sydney McCormick checks out, and Center Point-Urbana loses the advantage on that throw-in. Bishop Heelan will now make some changes as well. The Crusaders, their only 2 losses came on one day. As we mentioned earlier, when they played West Des Moines Valley and Lincoln Pius X out of Nebraska. Lost those matchups 2-1 and 4-1 respectively. 6 of the 8 goals they've allowed this season came on that day, and both of their losses came on one day. That was April 26th, over a month ago. And since then, they've allowed a total of 2 goals and have won 10 straight matches. Bishop Heelan on the hustle. LaFleur up the sideline. And a Center Point-Urbana player is down. After the touch, we need a trainer here for the Stormin' Pointers to go out there. Looks like it's Peyton Leibold down on that far side. And this match goes to a stoppage as all the attention is now put on Peyton Leibold, who is down on the far side of the field for Center Point-Urbana. That is the last thing you want in a matchup like this. Great start. Leibold has been hustling all up and down the field for Center Point-Urbana. She is now being tended to by the staff on hand. So a recap as to where we are right now. Bishop Heelan with a 2-0 advantage thanks to early goals in the first 13 minutes of the match, but now all of that put on the back burner with Peyton Leibold, the senior, down on the play. Grandview University commit, who will be playing soccer in Des Moines for the Vikings. First team all-conference selection last year. And unfortunately, Leibold is unable to continue, it'll look like. And a lot of attention being placed on Peyton Leibold right now. And that shot we have, of course, we're not showing the injured player right now, but in that shot we have, you can see the training cart out there. And that will be attending to Peyton Leibold once she is able to get up. She is now sitting up, which is great news. And there you can see now that she's doing a little bit better, we can kind of show you she is sitting up on her feet. And she is walking toward the cart under her own power. That is great to see. Hardly any aid to get her up onto the training cart, and they'll take a look at her. It certainly cannot continue in this match in this manner. See the captain armband on that right arm. You know how much she means to this Center Point-Urbana program. And hopefully, if I'm able to kind of see what's going on, it doesn't appear like it's I thought initially maybe a leg injury or something. It looks like maybe just kind of one of those bell rung situation, wind knocked out of her. Hopefully that's all it is, because that would potentially suggest she might be able to come back in. But of course we're speculating at that point. Peyton Leibold carted off the pitch and will resume play with Center Point-Urbana in possession. Bishop Heelan gets the takeaway right off the get-go, and the Crusaders will try and put the gas pedal back to the floor, see if they can add to their lead here in the first half. Great takeaway from Bleeker. Tries to get it through to Traylon White. But the Stormin' Pointers put up a nice wall. And Center Point-Urbana does get this touch up the sideline. Bishop Heelan will bring it back. Dooch gets the first touch. And she is able to first touch. And she is able to reset the field a little bit back toward the middle. This one's played outside, and a chase down here for Emma Caro. Tries to send it in, and a nice deflection. Snuffs it out for Adeline Jones. Caro tries to play it back deep. The Crusaders are able to settle it out. Bleeker wants to take a rip. Can't get the space to do so. An outstanding defense there by Sweeney. This one's played off of Essling. Grace Essling is able to send it back. And this one's sent out from Julia Payne, who checked in there for Peyton Leibold. Dooch crosses back toward the far side. And Caro goes to run it down. This is centered. Bleeker got the touch to her feet. Dooch tries a bender, and it cannot sneak inside the far post. Be a goal kick here for Center Point-Urbana as we near the 10-minute mark of this first half. CPU trying to get anything to go their way. What is of note is that there certainly appears to be now a wind advantage for Bishop Heelan, which means Center Point-Urbana will be with the wind in the second half. But here they come, trying to attack into that wind. And a good recovery there by Lavariega. Bishop Heelan will run it back. Traylon White goes to track it down, but it is cleared out of there. Over to Payne. White gets a good step on it. And here she comes trying to turn the corner. Traylon White back toward the middle. She still is able to keep that ball in play, but now it is cleared by Payne. It's kept in bounds. Center Point-Urbana needs to do something with it. They get up to Essling. Great ball movement there for the Stormin' Pointers. And here comes Center Point-Urbana back the other way. This one's deflected, and it is going to be a Bishop Heelan throw. Jaden DeLeon will send it back in for the Crusaders. It's played toward the sideline, kept alive, and here comes Center Point-Urbana. That run does not develop quite as nicely as they were hoping. Bishop Heelan will reset it. It's DeLeon. Tries to send it up to White. She deflects it out of bounds, and it will be Stormin' Pointers set to throw it in. Colby Kriegel checks in. And they'll reset the throw in as they didn't quite have all players finished in the substitution. And just every passing lane seems to be a Crusader involved. And Center Point-Urbana can't get anything to develop. Well, they're trying their darndest. Oh, a misplay. What a good recovery there by Lavariega. It's got to feel like there's 15 Crusaders on the pitch right now. They're everywhere. Oh, what a good step by Miller. She goes cross and misses wide, but she was offside anyway. A run started offside from Lily Miller. That call coming down from our near side official. And Bishop Heelan will get the free kick following the offside call. Here comes the free kick. It is off the foot of Kylie Gengler. And Traylon White trying to settle it down to get a run going. Can't do that. Has to play it to the sideline. This one's sent all the way back, and Jada Deutsch is going to run it down. Try to anyway. And this one is out of bounds. It will be center Point-Urbana for the goal kick. After 2 early goals, Tabitha Lett settling in nicely in net for center Point-Urbana. And keeping Bishop Heelan off the board over the last 20 minutes or so. Jump kick there for Bleeker as she is able to settle it down. Outstanding touch. Here comes Vargas. White sends it back to the middle. What a pass to Deutsch. There to clean it up and send it wide is Elle Delaney. So it will be center Point-Urbana for the goal kick. And now sent up pitch. Here is the run for Kled. Now the Crusaders chase her down. Sent back to the middle. Bleeker goes wide. Little joust there for the ball, and center Point-Urbana comes up with the first possession. It's kept alive by Bishop Heelan. De Los Santos loses it out, but it was off a Stormin Pointer last. Crusaders will have possession. Traylon White navigating traffic, trying to get Jada Deutsch an opportunity, but a nice step to it there on the deflection by Clinton. Now center Point-Urbana's got the run back the other way, but again, Bishop Heelan does such a good job of shutting that down. It's Kylie Gengler, a one-woman wrecking crew in the back line. Tries to start a run the other way, but there was nothing doing for Traylon White or Jada Deutsch. Center Point-Urbana. Oh, that was a slow pass, allowing the Crusaders to step to it. And it is kept alive by Delaney. Sent over to Jada Deutsch. Oh, that nutmegs a defender. Traylon White unable to step to the ball. Good job getting in the way of her by Avery Sweeney. Throw goes into the corner. And it is going to be center Point-Urbana with the throw after a deflection out of bounds. And we'll get a substitution. It's brought to you by IMT Insurance. It's Addie Tupa into the contest for center Point-Urbana. We're under 5 minutes to go in this first half. As we get a little, we're going to have a stoppage here, and a yellow card is being issued to Jada Deutsch. Jada Deutsch gets assessed a yellow card with 4:26 left to go in the first half, so Deutsch is sent off the pitch. And it'll be Julia Bainbridge taking her place. That'll move Reese Bleeker from the midfield line to the forward line. And now we'll resume it as center Point-Urbana gets ready to counter. It's Emily Bowe playing toward the middle for Miller. She is hounded on the play by Gengler, And that one hits our referee in advantage of Bishop Heelan, so the Crusaders will get a drop ball. Here comes that through ball from Gengler. Traylon White couldn't track it down. And center Point-Urbana, he'll take over. This one's sent back. Misstep. And played back in by Delaney. Vargas up the pitch. White is offside. Traylon White offside. Stops that run before it could even develop. Around 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. Center Point-Urbana seeing if they still have an opportunity to tack a goal on the board and close the gap just a bit before the break. Tupa leaves it off. This is played to the middle. It is Jones, and now turning up the sideline. Bishop Heelan takes it away once again. And the Crusaders back it out of there. Ooh, that was a headshot for that clear ball, and center Point-Urbana has to be checked on. That is Miller who got in the way of that one. And Lily Miller, after getting a ball hit off her head, has to be checked out. So they're going to check out Lily Miller, make sure she's okay after taking that ball to the head. And it will be Bishop Heelan with possession following that tough shot. We're going to have an offside call here, I believe, anyway. Traylon White went deep, and now she is down on the play. And Traylon White gets back up. She will stay in the match. Both her and Tabitha lets the goalkeeper going after that ball at the same time. And center Point-Urbana with short time in the half, trying to see if they can find the back of the net. And Bishop Heelan's going to get a run on this one. This one's sent back. Center Point-Urbana with 2 minutes to go. Coming back on the counter, it's Voles. Leaving it off for Bo, chips it back over. And this one gets deflected wide. Bishop Heelan's going to win the foot race over there and keep the possession. Sent back toward the sideline, it will be center Point-Urbana ball. Make a change quickly. Only 90 seconds left to go in the half. They're going to have to try and get something going soon. But Bishop Heelan counters and clears it deep. Traylon White, she's onside. Here she comes on the run. Keeps the possession. Gets by Letts. Missed the far post. Didn't quite have the angle to tuck it in there. And center Point-Urbana comes back. Just over 60 seconds left. Bishop Heelan coming back with it. And seeing if they can add to their lead. This one's sent deep, and it sails over the net off the foot of Reese Bleeker. Center Point-Urbana with just 40 seconds left. They'll line it up. And they might get one run at this, and that's about it. But if Bishop Heelan snuffs it out, it's going to be tough to do anything with. Stormin' Pointers to throw. Got to move quickly. Set up the sideline. Voles tracks down Lavariega. Oh, she faked her out. Good move. And now with 15 left, it's center Point-Urbana. Kept alive. Here comes Bo up the sideline, and a good touch there by De Leon. Now that's going to be it for the first half of play. Bishop Heelan, 2 goals in the first 15 minutes. They are the difference. Traylon White and Claudia Lavariega have given Bishop Heelan the advantage going into halftime. The Crusaders, the number 2 seed, and the state champs a couple of years ago. They've been to state most out of any school, and they're trying to keep their run in 2025 alive. A 2-goal advantage halfway through this matchup. We'll step aside, come back, give you kind of a recap of how this first half went, and get you ready for the second half of this contest as well. Again, it's Bishop Heelan 2, Center Point-Urbana nothing. You are watching the 2025 Girls State Soccer Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Digital Network powered by Mid-American Energy.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. And that old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Fuel choice that's cheaper, homegrown, and better for the planet? Now that's worth the hype. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
It's Frank. Frank. Mr. Frank. I just want you to know, I think you're the best ever.
In your neighborhood, there's a place so good. It's so nice to be at a store meant for me. The feeling of family, you have to agree.
Wow, thanks, Fairway Frank.
Welcome to Fairway, your Fairway family.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Welcome back to the Lead Soccer Fields here on the campus of Iowa State University in Ames. Daniel Versteg with you on the Girls Union Digital Network. It is powered by Mid-American Energy. This is a Class 1A state quarterfinal. As you can see, Bishop Heelan, the 2-0 advantage over Center Point-Urbana. Let's take a look at the scoring. Traylon White got the party started early. A minute and a half into the match. Buries it under the crossbar. Her 44th goal of the year put Bishop Heelan ahead by the margin of 1-0. Her 132nd of her career leads all of Bishop Heelan history. And then this one, how about the first goal of the year for Claudia Lavariega? Cleared it over the freshman keeper, and that was just 10 minutes after the Traylon White goal. That's certainly a goal that Lavariega will never forget. A 2-0 advantage for Bishop Heelan. That came at the 27-25 mark. The weather, of course, has played a factor in a number of different things. Obviously, the field conditions, the ability to play the ball cleanly, the ability to keep your hair nice and tidy. It's been kind of one of those days, but obviously the wind also plays a factor in who kind of has the advantage, whose through balls have a little bit more with them or against them. Bishop Heelan certainly had a wind advantage there in that first half, hence why all of their passes went long. Those shots were able to sail over lets, as you saw in our replays, and they were able to take advantage of that early on. the interesting thing will be if Center Point-Urbana can do the same. Can they start getting more aggressive? Because really the first half was dominated by Bishop Heelan. We don't have a full breakdown, obviously, with some stats, but that scoring summary brought to you by Sioux Cup Seeds with Traylon White and Claudia Lavariega finding the back of the net for Bishop Heelan. But everything leaning the Crusaders' way. Does that change at halftime? Does Center Point-Urbana take that wind advantage and find a way to equalize this one? Because the Storm and Pointers would love for nothing more than to upset a perennial power, as you see. Bishop Heelan, Coach Sean Mansfield, trying to give the Crusaders a few pointers here at the halftime break and see if they can find a way to tack on an extra goal, give themselves some cushion. Because waiting in the wings right now looks like it'll be all Davenport Assumption. The Knights have a 3-0 lead over their opponent from Nevada, the defending state champs, on the ropes early in the Class 1A state quarterfinal. That match nearly at halftime. So this will, this will conclude the 1A state quarterfinals once these matchups are over. 2A will be the next set of games. 3A will follow. And, of course, semifinals are Thursday. Again, halftime here in Ames. Bishop Heelan, a 2-0 lead over Center Point-Urbana. We'll take another break, get the second half started, coming up in just a few minutes. You are watching the Girls State Soccer Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Digital Network powered by Mid-American Energy.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, president of the Iowa Farm Bureau.
And I'm Erin Gerlich, executive director of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. We'd like to thank you for joining us for the Girls State Soccer Tournament.
The Iowa Farm Bureau knows that strong, vibrant schools are the cornerstone of our communities. That's why we're proud to be the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and this amazing state tournament. This tournament not only showcases Iowa's elite teams, but the athletes competing here today are among our nation's best and brightest. And Iowa's farmers are among the nation's most productive. Our partnership with the Girls Union gives us the opportunity to recognize both, all while supporting and lifting up the Iowa girl.
With the help of the Iowa Farm Bureau, we celebrate students' efforts not only on the field, but in the classroom as well. The Iowa Farm Bureau is committed to your success and supports our organization and the Iowa girl. Through millions of dollars they provide in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence.
As Iowans, we have a lot to be proud of. Whether you're a student competing here today or a fan tuning in, we all play an important role in making our state great. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau
and the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union,
congratulations to your school on a terrific season, and good luck in the tournament games.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Excelling in athletics takes teamwork, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. These are the same qualities that help our pig farmers and our communities thrive. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics and the student athletes who make us all proud. Visit iowapork.org/wecare to meet the people behind the pork and hear about our winning approach to caring for our pigs, the environment, and our communities.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. And that old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Back to the Girls State Soccer Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Again, you're watching live coverage on the Girls Union Digital Network. It's powered by Mid-American Energy. Daniel Versteg with you, along with the rest of our great digital network crew. Bishop Heelan, the number 2 seed in Class 1A with a 2-0 lead over Center Point-Urbana. There are some Crusaders getting ready to resume this contest as they join in with a chat with Sean Mansfield and assistant coaches Kayla Landfear and Mary Kate Blanner. Center Point-Urbana is all ready to go for the second half of this contest, and we'll see what the Storm and Pointers have for a run against Bishop Heelan here. This Crusader squad got their 2 goals early in the first 15 minutes of this matchup and have not looked back. No scoring in the last 27 minutes of this contest. So we will see what the Storm and Pointers have. There you see their 2 top scorers on the year, Ella Voles and Emily Bowe. Both girls have 20 goals. Both of them have 10 assists. And they're going to need a few of those here in the second half if they want a chance to get back at Bishop Heelan. Add a couple of scores on the board and see if they have what it takes to play and advance to Thursday. Here we go. Second half underway. Center Point-Urbana. They'll have the first possession of this second half as the Storm and Pointers try to navigate a 2-0 deficit. This one's quickly taken away by Bishop Heelan. They'll play it out of bounds and get things back to Center Point-Urbana. Storm and Pointers showed much better defensive composure later in that first half of play as they were able to shut down those runs that were really kind of running all over them, stampeding them, if you will, in the first half of play, first 15 minutes or so. That led to the 2 goals for Bishop Heelan. Crusaders will have the throw now as Bishop Heelan tries to attack into that wind that has certainly been a factor throughout this match. The wind, the rain that's been coming down all day. It is certainly not the nicest soccer weather, but we expect that in this great state of ours in Iowa. The weather certainly does not lead to great conditions for spring sports. But our teams and schools still power through it. Some of the toughest kids and coaches around. It'll be Bishop Heelan setting up for the throw as they try to flip momentum back their way. And here come the Crusaders on the run, and Letts shows her aggression early, trying to step out and get a deflection on that ball. That's probably in response to the runs Bishop Heelan had in the first 15 minutes. Letts stayed back in net. And the adjustment now, she's got to be more aggressive to get to those balls early and stop the runs. Voles plays it up the sideline. And Bishop Heelan keeps that one from being touched and kept alive by Center Point-Urbana. The Crusaders will come back the other way. Sent deep. Traylon White making sure she's onside. It's a foot race with Letts. She beats her, and that one's in the back of the net for Traylon White. It's her second goal. She won the deflection battle with Tabitha Letts. And Bishop Heelan takes a 3-0 lead early in the second half. We'll see that again. You can see the hustle from Traylon White. Got that deflection to go her way, and it ended up in the back of the net anyway. What a finish for Traylon White with outstanding hustle. And a little over 2 minutes into the second half, the Crusaders have added to their lead a 3-0 advantage. And Center Point-Urbana's backs certainly against the wall now in the state quarterfinal round. Center Point-Urbana trying to play toward the end line here. I like the sideline, try to spread the defense out a little bit and see if that can open things up in the middle. It does a little bit, and Center Point-Urbana takes some space. Avery Sweeney coming back the other way. This is a great through ball, and it's chased down by Essling into the corner. And a deflection will send it back to the sideline. CPU still with the advantage. This one gets deflected toward Abby Lee, and she scoops it up no problem. Abby Lee, the Crusader netminder, who's going to be playing basketball at Briarcliff University there in Sioux City. And this one's mistouched by Center Point-Urbana. The Crusaders will set up for the throw. Comes a throw up the sideline. LaFleur couldn't get the clean first touch, and now it's recovered nicely by Caro. Center Point-Urbana trying to reverse things and flip it back in their favor. That's not the best pass, but it does end up getting to Bowe. And Emily Bowe brings it back. Center Point-Urbana on the run, played toward the sideline. That one did go out of bounds off of McCormick. Bishop Heelan will set up for the throw. Crusaders played up the sideline for Vargas. She sends that one upfield. And who else but Traylon White to go chase it down, already with 2 goals. She's hit her average. She averages about 2.5 goals a game, which is just silly when you think about it. Here comes Center Point-Urbana. They've got some momentum. It's Voles trying to beat Lavariega to the ball. She gets taken down. No whistle. And here come the Storm and Pointers back. This is played to the middle. It's Bowe. Couldn't get a clean touch. So Center Point-Urbana will reset. Oh, a dangerous pass. Bleeker nearly got a foot on it. It's coming back with Sweeney. Up the sideline there is Essling. That's toward the middle, and it did not quite have the outward turn to get in front of Abby Lee. So Bishop Heelan will set up for the goal kick. That's Lavariega, Claudia Lavariega. Scored her first goal of the season in the first half of this contest. 27.5 minutes to go. That was about the 13th minute. This is Ella Voles, the freshman, leaving it back for Jones. Tupa trying to reset it back and trying to give the Storm and Pointers a little bit of breathing room here. And again, try and spread out that Crusader D that can now just kind of hang back and really stuff the box. Because you also got Traylon White, who can do stuff like that. Could not quite get past the second defender, though. Really good effort and an outstanding control touch. But now it's Center Point-Urbana on the run. They have a little give and go up the sideline. Here comes the cross. This gets deflected out, and Bishop Heelan gets the clear. Center Point-Urbana tries to keep it deep. It's Voles. Excuse me, it is Bowe sending it over the top. Emily Bowe has too much on that one, and Bishop Heelan will set up for the goal kick. Lavariega with the goal kick. Played up the sideline. That did go out of bounds. It'll be Center Point-Urbana with the possession. And the Storm and Pointers will make the change. Center Point-Urbana will set up for the throw. As you can see there, players checking out. That does end up going out of bounds, and it's going to be Bishop Heelan possession. That did deflect off a Storm and Pointer, and so the Crusaders will flip it back the other way in their possession. This throw comes from Caro. She goes up the sideline, and LaFleur lost possession out of bounds. Center Point-Urbana will flip it back in their favor. But possession soccer is next to impossible against this Crusader defense. And Bishop Heelan's going to get a chance here. This will be Vargas on the throw. Goes out. It'll be another Crusader throw down there. It'll be Vargas. Throw over the top, trying to find White. This one's deflected back. Crusaders could reset. It's sent back by Vargas. This will end up out of bounds, and the Crusaders can reset once again. Deep in that corner is Vargas. She's able to get it over the top again, but nobody was on that backside to control it for Bishop Heelan. So here comes Caro. Leaves it for Vargas. Lone give and go. And Caro goes up the sideline. Tries to keep the possession for Bishop Heelan. Center Point-Urbana with the hand fight. And they're going to get the foul called against Bishop Heelan. Center Point-Urbana will have the free kick. It's Denny Ketcher. Sending it to the middle for Tupa. Oh, great step there by Bleeker. Got the deflection on it. And Bleeker brings it back. Deflected near midfield. One's cleared toward the middle. Nobody's there for Bishop Heelan. Center Point-Urbana's got to flip momentum on plays like that. See if they can find a way to get to the foot of an attacker. Gonna get the throw here. This one rolls toward the box. Bishop Heelan tries to clear it out. And it deflects off Center Point-Urbana, goes back out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for the Crusaders. Played in 40 state tournament matches in their program's history. They've won 20 of them. And of course, a multi-time state champion. Most recently in 2023. Traylon White, part of that team as a sophomore and trying to get the program back there in her senior year. Plays it to the middle. It gets deflected back toward White. She didn't have a chance to keep it alive, and Center Point-Urbana will line up for a throw-in. Bishop Heelan will throw it in, beg your pardon. They're sending it in deep to LaFleur. It's popped up in the air. And the Stormin' Pointers track it down with Adeline Jones. LaFleur steps to it. Able to clear it out. And LaFleur tries to reset back to the middle. She misses that opportunity, and here come the Stormin' Pointers on the run. It's Lily Miller behind the Crusader defense. But can she get that turn back to the middle? Good step from Gengler. And Miller can't quite keep it up the sideline. It'll be Bishop Heelan's possession. As Maddie LaFleur loses out of bounds, it'll be Stormin' Pointer ball. Stepped up to, and a nice play back in from Josie Klett. This one's deflected, and Traylon White gets it on her foot. She sends that one deep. And Vargas goes to run it down, but it is scooped up by Letts. That run comes to an end pretty quickly for Bishop Heelan as Center Point-Urbana. Still looking for the counter as we get a foul. A little too aggressive there from Bishop Heelan. The Stormin' Pointers will set up for the free kick just outside of midfield. Bishop Heelan trying to pitch another shutout. They outscored their opponents 27-0 in the regional tournament. They're 3 games prior to the state tournament. They won their region final over Humboldt 7-0. It's a dominant showing, and then they were 10-0 winners in the other 2 rounds. No contest for Bishop Heelan really all season except for their 2 matches on April 26th, where they lost to West Des Moines Valley and Lincoln Pius X out of Nebraska. But a just dominant showing all year, and it's showing again here at the state tournament. You kind of wondered if that would prepare them well enough. Well, it certainly has. This Crusader squad is still one of the best that the state has to offer. The sideline, back into the box, it is Letts. Tracking it down once again for Center Point-Urbana. Played over 10 minutes in this second half, and Center Point-Urbana really has not created any scoring opportunities in this one. The Stormin' Pointers will make almost a total change in the midfield line here. Here comes the ball to the sideline. Bishop Heelan keeps it in play. And a good deflection ends up with Bainbridge. Good step. No run there, unfortunately, for center Point-Urbana. Traylon White gets the possession for the Crusaders, and she leads the run to Farkas. Can't quite get there, though. And center Point-Urbana will have a throw-in on their defensive end. Bishop Heelan will have a throw, They had a Crusader ready to check in as well. Some substitutions are brought to you by IMT Insurance. Again, learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. Crusaders will have the throw. This one's lobbed toward the box. It gets free a bit. Traylon White steps the defender off. Here's Farkas lobbing one. That ends up going out. Did the keeper touch it? She did. Tabitha Letts touches the ball on the way out of bounds, and we're going to get a Channel Seeds corner kick. Boy, what a miscue there by Letts, and now the defense is going to have to back her up here. It is Reese Bleeker who will send the corner on this near side. Bishop Heelan's got all their runners starting outside the box. Here they come. Bleeker sends it in. LaFleur tries to get ahead and hit the post. Oh, White hits the far post. Center Point-Urbana dodges a bullet, and the Stormin' Pointers will try and use that to come back the other way with it. Traylon White off the volley. Missed it off the post. CPU will set it up over on the spectator side of the pitch. Traylon White leaving it out and sending it back to the middle for LaFleur. Tries to turn off her defender, but didn't get the touch to control it, and now she's got it on her feet. It's left off for Bleeker, deflected back to her. And CPU gets the clear. Nice job by the Stormin' Pointer back line. Bishop Heelan sets it back out. And now it's Caro. Up the sideline for LaFleur. Tries to turn it back to the middle, and now she scampers down that end line. LaFleur looking for a cross. Deflected, and it will be another corner kick coming for Bishop Heelan. Nearing the midway point of the second half, Bishop Heelan and center Point-Urbana as the Crusaders get another Channel Seeds. Oh, no, it's going to be a throw-in, actually. That is way down there in the corner. We'll say it's a Channel Seeds corner throw-in instead of a corner kick as center Point-Urbana tries to stop a run once again. We're going to get a goal kick, and center Point-Urbana will get a chance to reset things here. So the Stormin' Pointers near in the midway point of this second half, trail by 3. And if you're going to come back against Bishop Heelan, it's got to start now and got to play possession soccer. And that's just not been happening here for the Stormin' Pointers. Keep it clean. Now here comes Lily Miller. Tried to leave it off for Bo. Wasn't making a run. Now they play it back in. Miller's got a step. She's one-on-one with LaVariega. Miller tries to turn it back in. Leaves it off. A great cross. And that one is over the top of the net from Reese Johannes. Center Point-Urbana with a good opportunity. They caught Bishop Heelan in the transition. But the Crusaders keep it scoreless for center Point-Urbana. LaVariega sends that up to Bo. Center Point-Urbana gets the possession right back after the goal kick. And now here comes Bishop Heelan. A lob over to White. Oh, Traylon got it. Amidst 4 Stormin' Pointers, she's still able to get possession. She gets to the box. She crosses it back. Crosses it again. Sends it wide. Dooch couldn't quite get a clean shot on it and missed it. Center Point-Urbana will set up for the goal kick once again. It's amazing how quick the momentum can shift in Bishop Heelan's favor with the speed and athleticism of Traylon White. And now to the center Point-Urbana's possession, trying to turn it into a goal. Bishop Heelan gets the takeaway, and this is Jada Dooch again on the run. Good takeaway from Bo. Dooch, with a good battle there, is able to leave it off for LaFleur. Into the middle. And they're going to leave it back. Lavariega wasn't ready for it, and Miller will put some pressure. Sent up the sideline. This one kept back toward midfield. And this one gets centered to Jada Dooch. Toward midfield again, it's Lavariega. It's White. Slides for the long kick and could not quite find the back of the net. Center Point-Urbana will make some changes. These substitutions are brought to you by IMT Insurance. As Center Point-Urbana checks out a few and gets some fresh legs. Got to keep the pressure on. Storm and Pointers set up for the goal kick, and they send it toward the sideline. In a rain-soaked Tuesday afternoon here in Ames. First year that the girls' state soccer tournament has been here after a long time being at the county soccer park in Des Moines. This one's played in toward Traylon White in the corner. And she does get a touch back toward the center. White takes a shot and lets there to scoop it up. But right to that near bottom corner. And Tabitha Letts able to pick it off and keep Traylon White off the board once again. And now this ball is deep. Miller tries to go after it. And Dooch has LaFleur open on the sideline. She tries to center it back middle. And this one gets deflected out of bounds off of center Point-Urbana. Now we will have a corner kick once again. This corner kick and all corner kicks throughout the state tournament, of course, are brought to you by Channel Seeds. Learn more about what Channel Seeds can do for you at channel.com. Reese Bleeker will take this corner. And here comes the runs. This one bounces and does not have any chance of being put on frame by a Bishop Heelan runner. And it will be center Point-Urbana for the goal kick. Still scoreless for the Storm and Pointers. And they're going to need to change that quickly. Time is ticking down. We're in the back half of the second half. Bishop Heelan's got the control. LaFleur, and it's turned away by Letts. Boy, that was a pretty competitive ball after all. It looked like it was more of a cross, but then that thing was tailing toward that back post. And LaFleur nearly sailed it over the top of Letts once again. Good job getting a hand on it. And now this one goes out of bounds. Crusaders will line up for the throw. At some point, center Point-Urbana has got to get this ball into their attacking half. It has not been there very much all match. We'll get a goal kick here for center Point-Urbana. Of course, we don't have a way to keep track of that here, but I would have to imagine of the 22, 23 minutes we played in the second half, I have to imagine the ball's been on center Point-Urbana's attacking half of the pitch maybe for 5 minutes. It has been all Bishop Heelan in the second half. The Crusaders have dominated all aspects of this game to this point. Now the Storm and Pointers have a little momentum, but still can't quite flip things back into their position and advantage. Traylon White to Jada Dooch. She takes a rip. Oh, it kicks off Letts. Nobody's out front, and Tabitha's able to scoop it up. Turns that shot away and is still giving the Stormin' Pointers a chance, trying to keep the Crusaders from tacking on more. They scored 1 in the first 2.5 minutes of the second half after scoring 2 in the first 12.5 minutes of the first half. Dooch trying to find LaFleur on the backside and can't do that. Center Point-Urbana keeps it under control. Good step here for Bo. She's got to run, trying to find Miller. And now Miller's got a little bit of momentum. She gets hit from behind. Miller tries to play it out, and that's snuffed out by Emma Caro. And Caro plays it out for Bishop Heelan as the Center Point-Urbana advantage is shut down pretty quickly. The Stormin' Pointers have it in their attacking half here. And they'll try and see if they can turn it into something. This is Bo. Emily Bo trying to turn around the defender, but Bishop Heelan gets such a good touch on it. And now Traylon White trying to track it down. Couldn't get the clear. LaFleur overruns it. And Dooch trying to control it with a pop-up in the air. Bainbridge goes back to Dooch, but misses her. Misses the target just a bit. Reese Bleeker sends it toward the near sideline. It is LaFleur. Turning it back outside. She leaves it for Caro, who's got a little momentum going up the far side. And this one's sent back. Bainbridge. She's just going to reset it. Crusaders have that luxury where they can play it very safe. Obviously, they're going to keep the aggression on, but they can really do just about whatever they want to at this point. Dooch. Oh, she got it to White. She has the touch, puts it on Letts. The recovery out in front, and Center Point-Urbana is able to keep Traylon White from the hat trick. Now Traylon's got it in the box again, lost the handle on it. This one's cleared out by the Stormin' Pointers. Caro will try and send it back in for Bishop Heelan. Sent in. This is Bainbridge. She's going to get a strike and sends it over. Juliet Bainbridge, who had a goal in the region semifinal against MOC Floyd Valley, was trying to add to her total there of 3 here this season. Center Point-Urbana now with 13.5 to play. Trailing by 3. Has to find a way to get one back in this contest. A lot easier said than done. It's got to start there. Center Point-Urbana will play it toward the near side. This one will roll out, and it is Bishop Heelan the throw. This goes up the sideline, and it'll end up out of play. So set up once again with the Crusaders. LaFleur leaves it off for Caro, and here comes Traylon White. Trying to go to that end line. Dooch sends it deep. Who's on that back post, though? Not many. It was De Los Santos. She couldn't get a touch on it. Now nobody's in the middle. Bainbridge goes after it, takes a rip. That's cleared out of there. It's reset. And Center Point-Urbana is trying to flip it back the other way. I think Caro and Voles ended up hitting knees. And Caro is down on the play for Bishop Heelan. We play on. Center Point-Urbana's got the advantage. And now we are going to stop play as Emma Caro ended up going down to a knee after their collision with Ella Voles. And great show of sportsmanship there for Ella Voles, giving Emma Caro a quick tap saying, hey, my bad. It's kind of a soccer play, just kind of the way it ends up going. Carl will be taken off the pitch here for Bishop Heelan. And the Crusaders are going to bring in Ireland Jackson for her. So Jackson will take over in that outstanding back row. Center Point-Urbana will play it up, and just behind Ella Voles. Couldn't quite play it to her feet, and Bishop Heelan sends it back. LaFleur gets a head touch up the sideline. Trying to send it back to the middle is LaFleur. She slips. And now this one's played back out and sent deep by Bainbridge. Get a substitution once again. Annabella Reyes. Check in for Bishop Heelan. It's an IMT Insurance substitution. Those are, of course, all throughout the state tournament. We are nearing the final 10 minutes of this one. That's been all Crusaders as Bishop Heelan might end up facing off with Davenport Assumption once again in the state soccer tournament. Two of the state's best. They've been to state the most out of any schools in the history of girls soccer, but Center Point-Urbana wants something to say about it. There are opportunities. They just get shut down before they can even develop. Traylon White plays it in deep. And this one is played by Letts. Center Point-Urbana trying to turn it into something, and there is just nothing doing with Bishop Heelan all over the pitch. Mentioned in the first half, it's got to feel like there are 15 or 16 Crusaders on the pitch at any given time. This is Traylon White trying to go for the hat trick, tried to leave it off in the middle, and now LaFleur will step to it. She plays it back to White. This one pinballs around, and Center Point-Urbana will finally settle it. And Emily Bowe brings it up the middle of the pitch to Ella Voles. She leaves it off. This one's deflected up high. And Bishop Heelan will end up getting the control. LaFleur tries to direct Traylon White where she wants her to go. This ball is played very deep, and White is unable to get a foot on it as Letts is able to shut that run down. We are officially under 10 minutes in this second half of play, and something's going to have to give as Juliet Bainbridge is whistled for the foul there. Center Point-Urbana set up and hold on. As we did have the official have a quick word with a Bishop Heelan player. And now Center Point-Urbana will come back the other way. Of course, you want to create opportunities, but you want to create good opportunities that find a way to break that goose egg. Here comes. They'll play on with the advantage on the back post. The run from McCormick does not produce anything, and Bishop Heelan will set up for a goal kick. Center Point-Urbana will have the substitution quickly as Lily Miller returns for the Storm and Pointers. Substitution brought to you by IMT Insurance. Here comes Bishop Heelan, trying to turn it back into their attacking half. It is LaFleur on the run, and a good step to it from Miller. She gets the deflection out, and Lily Miller returning to the match after exiting late in the first half following a ball that ended up hitting her head. She returns for the first time in this match. Here comes Center Point-Urbana. Bowe trying to find Voles. The senior to freshman connection couldn't quite dial it in there. And now it's CPU recovering. Here comes the run for Johannes. And she leaves it off the sideline. Johannes sending it back to the middle for Tupa. Tap to Bowe. Got to take a rip, and it's turned over the crossbar by Abby Lee. She doesn't get called upon often, but when she does, she comes through. And she saves a good shot there for Bo. Center Point-Urbana will get what I believe is their first corner kick of the match. Haven't been keeping full track, but we haven't had many of them, that's for sure. Sydney McCormick is over there. So is Reese Johannes. They've got 2. Johannes will take it. Trying to get ahead on it. It's still loose in the box. Someone's got to control. It's played out. And a good clear there by Bishop Heelan as the Stormin' Pointers could not quite get anything on that crosser. Center Point-Urbana could not quite find the back of the net. They'll reset as Lily Miller tries to fight there with LaFleur. Good battle between those two. Clean. And it'll be Center Point-Urbana with possession. Comes up the sideline. This is Essling. Got it. Just inside the touchline to keep possession. And Bishop Heelan brings it back. This is Lavariega. He's trying to clear it out a bit. And Center Point-Urbana will reload. Short time, just 6 minutes remaining. A good crossover, sent deep and wide of the net. Bishop Heelan looking to pitch another shutout in the postseason. To this point in tournament contests, they have outscored their opponents 30-0 in 4 matches, nearly 4 matches, 3 and change at this point. It has been downright domination for Bishop Heelan as the Crusaders try and secure a spot in Thursday's semifinal. This one's sent deep, and Lee is able to put 2 hands on it off the right foot of Hattie Tupa. Nothing has been easy for Center Point-Urbana. Bishop Heelan keeps the possession. It's Traylon White. Here she comes. She's got the speed to burn. But a good recovery there, and Traylon White collides with Lily Miller. We're going to get a stoppage here. Will a card be assessed? It will be assessed. Traylon White has been given a yellow card and will be sent off the pitch for Bishop Heelan. It's the second yellow card assessed to the Crusaders in this matchup. Traylon White with 2 goals comes off the pitch, and they'll probably keep her off there for good the rest of the contest. Obviously in a good spot to see Thursday. Mia Rooney, the freshman, replaces her. But again, a 3-goal margin with under 5 minutes to play in the match. You got to feel good about Bishop Heelan's ability to advance past this point. Crusaders send it into the middle. Oh, LaFleur had an opportunity, but this one rolls to the goalkeeper. And it's Letts clearing it out for the Stormin' Pointers. Toward the middle, this is Bleeker. And a good touch there from Center Point-Urbana. Keeps it in play. Bainbridge leaving it off. This is played up by Bleeker toward the middle. She has it deflected off her foot. Recovered by De Los Santos. Sent middle. It's LaFleur. Popped up in the air, trying to control. And Center Point-Urbana will get the possession back. Now under 4 to play in this match. Potentially under 4 minutes to go in the season for the Stormin' Pointers, who have lost to Bishop Heelan in the state tournament in years prior. And unfortunately are on the verge of that feeling coming their way once again. Center Point-Urbana makes a couple of substitutions once again. They are brought to you by IMT Insurance. So here comes the ball toward the near sideline. It is out off of Center Point-Urbana, it's Bishop Heelan's possession. The Crusaders will set up for the throw with Ireland Jackson. Center Point-Urbana trying to clear it out. Bishop Heelan trying to put the cherry on top. See if they've got another one on. Waiting for them. They'll play, assuming everything stays okay in the other field. It'll be Davenport Assumption moving on. The Knights have a 4-1 lead in the other match, taking on Nevada. Bishop Heelan keeps the pressure up. Crusaders get the touch, and it's deflected nicely by Emily Bowe. Two minutes to go in this one. Bishop Heelan resets it out. Oh, here's a good touch from Lily Miller. She's keeping the pressure on, and this one's turned away by Kylie Gengler. And if Center Point-Urbana is going to have any chance, it's got to come now and got to find the back of the net. Good clear by the Crusaders. Bainbridge turns it upfield and shuts that down quickly. Center Point-Urbana leaves it off. They'll do a little give and go. That's kept alive well. And it's Miller. She plays it back to Johannes. Trying to get it back to Miller, and she does. Got to find something toward the middle of the box, though. Those have just not been there. Miss kick that time for Tupa, and this one's coming our way. And it'll be Center Point-Urbana with possession with a minute left in their season. Crusaders send it deep, and Bishop Heelan's dominance is going to continue here at the state tournament. They'll move on to the semifinal round, where another team that has been incredibly dominant, that'd be Davenport Assumption, is waiting with an opportunity to play for a spot in the state championship game later this week. Half a minute to go. And Center Point-Urbana, did they have one more chance? No, probably not. Bishop Heelan, they'll set it back in the middle. They'll leave it off for Bleeker. Going up the sideline, Bleeker sent to the floor, and they'll give advantage to Bishop Heelan. 10 seconds left in the match. And that is it. Bishop Heelan moving on to the state semifinal round with a dominant showing over Center Point-Urbana. A 3-0 win for the Crusaders behind a pair of goals for Traylon White and another goal in the back line for Claudia Lavariega. 3-0 win for the Crusaders. They are moving on to the state semifinal round to face off with either Davenport Assumption or Nevada. The Assumption Knights have a 3-goal lead late in this one. Again, Bishop Heelan, a winner. 3-0 over Center Point-Urbana. We'll have our post-game presentations of the trophy, advance the bracket, and we'll do that here in just a moment with Gary Ross, part of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, one of the executive directors, and Aaron Gerlich, the executive director of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. They'll be part of the post-game presentations with the trophies and awards that are part of the state tournament here in Ames. Again, your final score, Bishop Heelan 3, Center Point-Urbana nothing. The Crusaders advance to 18-2-0. Center Point-Urbana, their second loss of the year. They finished the year 15-2-2. Well, we'll turn our attention now to our post-game presentations and hand out trophies, move on to the bracket, and much, much more with our public address announcer.
Sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Presenting awards from the IGHSAU are Gary Ross and Aaron Gerlich. Congratulations to head coach Kevin Schmidt and the Storm Pointers from Center Point-Urbana on an outstanding 2025 soccer season. And now, Bishop Heelan, please advance your team on the bracket. Your team advances to the Class 1A semifinal. So they will face either Davenport Assumption or Nevada on Thursday at 12:15 on field number 2.
Guys, gonna get your